I mean chocolate because it's supposed to make you feel a little happy. Because, yeah. Also, you can tell my eyes have done things like expel excess water. This is what happens when you put a new piece in your mouth. Alright, so I'm going to do the root thing and talk while I'm eating. Because, goddamn, these things are so good. Alright, so we've all heard the bad news about Nintendo's CEO, Satoru Iwata. Or Iwata? Yeah, I'm so used to saying Japanese names with a very prominent Japanese accent, so I'm sorry if that sounded really dorky, but yeah, 55, like, man, that's so young, and it's such a different form of cancer, and it's like, it's so strange, but it's amazing to think, like, I'm not sure how long, like, it seemed like he was in remission, but then it came back, and that's a scary thing about cancer. It will go away for a while, but then it'll just sneak up on you, and you're just like, fuck. Just, I don't know. My mother is 50, and it's so scary to think that. Because, like, that's the thing, is like, he was around the same age as most people my age, like their parents. So he really was definitely like a father to most of us. You know, the decisions he made with the games he was involved with, these games that people have played and they remember them so fondly. Like, because video games have always been such a great escape for all of us, especially, you know, since a lot of us, we identify ourselves as being like so nerdy and dorky, and we were made fun of for that. But we escaped to these worlds where, I'm sorry, where we were, well, the most important thing in those worlds. And it's not just Nintendo too, but the thing is those decisions that he made is what made Nintendo keep these other companies, like, just like making sure they knew what they saw, that's what the people wanted. You know, they kept them on their feet, and they just, you know, they were the competition, but they knew that these people were doing something right, because Nintendo, you know, they always blow people out of the water with whatever they announce. And so many people are like pointing out that the last things that he had to do was apologize for some of the announcements that were made at E3. And, you know, that's just, you know, yeah, that does suck, but yeah, I'm sure he was trying to make the most out of the situation, because that's what most people do, right? You can do one of two things. You could be like, well, screw you, or you could just be like, okay, how can we improve on this? And, you know, one of the ways they're trying to improve, like, you know, like the Wii U, like, you know, that didn't end up being such a great success, but, you know, that kind of helped people inspired to create games for it. And, you know, like freaking Splatoon, like, that's such a crazy concept, but so many people love it. And it's really best. I don't personally own a Wii U. I have just a Wii, and it's actually my mother's. Actually, yeah, she has a Wii because she wanted one. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like, you know, these consoles are made for the whole family. And I love the fact that my mother absolutely loves it. Even though, yeah, it is outdated. She loves her Wii. And, you know, I don't know. She doesn't really play games on it or such, because she actually does use the Wii Fit trainer stuff. I don't know. It's just crazy. I had this whole like spiel mind process before I started talking, but now I'm just like, I'm actually in front of the camera and actually talking. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, like lately, yeah, as a kid, I've always just been like, I saw the game, I played it, I liked it, rinse and repeat. But it's like recently, yeah, I have been getting into like the whole, I don't know how to describe it, but just like, the whole behind the scenes of how these companies are and how they work. And yeah, I always favored Nintendo because even growing up, like, most people I'm sure can list playing one Nintendo console in their life. Like for most people around my age, it was the SNES, the SNES. I'm not sure how people pronounce the name because I personally never heard it, but and for myself though, my first Nintendo console was actually a Game Boy Color. It was that kind of reddish, almost pinkish one. I still have it to this day. I put it to the side though because I'm doing some cleaning and some, I actually got in trouble and my mother would hide it away. And when she had to go do her Army Reserve work, I would get it out and take it because I was just a bad child like that. But, yeah, I just would want to play my game so badly on there. And actually, Nintendo 64 and, the GameCube, I actually didn't play them, or I didn't play them as often because I didn't own them, but my cousin did. And we would actually go to their house a lot, my cousin's house, so I would just play it all the time over there too. So I've had experience playing these three Nintendo consoles. Like I said, most people have fond memories from playing these. And it's funny because when I first heard, I wasn't so upset. But then when I saw something, I think it's from Earthbound, that's what really got to me. I've never played those games before, but it's just this simple little block of dialogue. Just these few lines of text. They really got to me because, I don't know, just everybody's just, they know how much work he put into them. And like, he always knew he was a gamer. He wasn't ashamed to admit he was a gamer. I mean, he was, he's always worked with them. If that didn't make him a gamer, I don't know what does. And I mean, this dude, he didn't just care about games. He cared about people so much that to keep everyone working and to make up for the mistakes, like, the big blow that the Wii U cost, he took a freaking, like, pay cut. Like, most CEOs don't take pay cuts. They think that's asinine. Not him. He did it, because he owed up to his mistakes. And that's something a lot of people really could do. Like, I'm guilty myself of being like, oh no, I would never do that. But it's like, after some time, you do reflect and realize that was kind of dumb. I don't know. I'm really hoping maybe that happens with someone I know who doesn't realize how these games have really affected us growing up. Like, they don't understand. And he doesn't realize some of the comments he's saying are very hurtful. And I don't know. I can only hope that he realizes the error of his ways. I don't know. It might be a cultural difference because he lives in another country where another person I follow from there, she says they don't really get a lot of games there. But, at least these are people who do realize that, or did I say that? A fucking commercial for fucking pixels. fucking talking about video games while seeing a commercial about video games. Fucking Donkey Kong. Oh man. I don't know. It's just, you know, you really don't do, you really don't know much about these people, but I don't know, just to kind of think that he was going through all that. And, I don't know, like, we don't know how long he was probably suffering from that condition because it wasn't really that well known. Whatever we knew, it was released through Nintendo. So, of course, we got the news about his passing. A lot later than we would like to, but I'm sure they knew. I'm sure they fucking knew how we would be. And the most we can do is just support our fellow gamers, and to anyone who never really was into Nintendo, like just realize that we all love these things, they're lines of code and images that make stories that we just love so much. It's weird to think about it. That's all that it is, but there's so much work put into them. There's so much heart. And I know people who want to make games, and that's how he started out. He started out just making them, and that's just so cool. And then look how he is now. He's so well respected, and he didn't do nefarious actions at all. He just did what was natural to him, and that was just embracing his inner nerd. And that's what all of us can do. We don't have to be ashamed for liking the things we like. But if it is something you don't like, at least show respect, because that is the least you can do. And I don't know, you might have different opinions later on down the road, and just keep these things in mind. Like, always put yourself in other people's shoes. Like, I'm not, the other console that I would like to get is a PS4, but art student status here. But yeah, so yeah, I wish we could all just come together and just all give ourselves and each other a big hug, because I feel so dirty saying that. Dorky and nerdy. God, I can't even talk. But we are all in this together. And so yeah, we're gonna miss you, Mr. Iwata-san. Thank you for defining our childhoods, and I hope you're making the next greatest game up in the sky. Okay, bye.